Okay, are you sure you don't want to turn the light on? Do we want the vampire look? Because we can totally go for vampire look. No?
Well, I mean, it's a little bit blinding.
Okay. Well, I know, but they're in right now. You could look. Edward Cullen, pointy teeth and everything. Oh, backlit.
Backlit, though.
Is that not going to work?
This is better.
Okay. Lady Susan here with Thunder on the Plains. Here with two of the awesome guys from the band Scythian. Thanks, guys, for meeting here with us.
Yeah, definitely.
And we're just chilling in the backstage in the trailer. It's nice and cool. Raining outside. It's nice evening. Oh, wait. There's no tornado.
Going on, hot outside, AC in here.
Yeah.
It's just pretty. We're living the life.
Yeah. No tornadoes.
No tornadoes?
Yeah. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves and pass the mic back and forth? And you are?
My name is Alexander Federica. I'm from Washington, D.C., and play fiddle in the band Scythian. And so occasional bass and mandolin and sing and utility work if I have to, but mostly fiddle.
I didn't see the Mando tonight. Did you have it?
We didn't bring it.
Hey, here's another guy. Come on in. We can all squeeze in here. All right.
Talking to our accordion. Come on, friend. Get in here. All right.
Get in here,
We
cuz.
got yet another folk here from Scythian. 3 out of the 4 ain't bad. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right, my name is Michael Onala, and I play drums in the band Scythian.
All right, and you are?
Can I hold the mic like Bob Barker?
If you want to.
Hi, my name is Dan. I'm in the band Scythian, and I play accordion and guitar.
Now, can anybody do that little you lost noise from The Price is Right? Ba-da, ba-da, boo. Yeah, I like that. All the pews going on. So, how do you guys think the set went tonight?
I loved it personally because this is my first time in Lincoln, and as we were playing, I looked up, and there was this really weird light. Like, I've never seen it before. It was kind of a greenish. Is that a bad thing?
Actually, it usually is. Did you notice that the crowd just started, as soon as the light turned green, everybody just kind of went, uh-oh. That's usually the light you get when...
A bad note. When everyone took off. It was just like I made that one mistake and everyone just scattered.
Yeah, we just figured it was the songs we were playing. They were just like, oh, no, not that one.
That one again. Okay.
Gosh, okay. So, yeah, unfortunately, some of our originals have been cut permanently from the set list. Yeah, because the people were just running away.
Yeah.
Because of the green light, that was indicative of the tornado siren. There were no tornado sirens tonight. It was fine.
We were wondering if we were going to see the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man tonight.
What? Say that again?
The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. We were wondering if he was going to pop up.
Because these buildings here in Lincoln are really cool. They're like Art Deco, really interesting buildings. You're looking up and this dark clouds are just flying and there's swirling going on, and then there's the green color happening. I mean, this isn't East Coast weather. I mean, we're East Coast boys. We're getting a little bit freaked out.
So what's it like on the East Coast? What's the weather like there? Look at what we're in a Celtic interview and we're talking about the weather. How boring are we?
It's like a Beach Boys song on the East Coast. No, not really. It's humid. It's like 80% humidity. We're from D.C., Virginia area. It's humid. It's hot.
That's right.
It's, you know,
It's smoggy.
No smog. We don't have the West Coast smog. We just have the humidity and the politicians.
Right. Well,
Are they part of the weather?
the politicians? Definitely. They are undoubtedly making it hotter every year.
So basically,
We'll call that global warming, but...
Yeah, right. This is not a good Chamber of Commerce commercial for going to the East Coast. I think we pretty much killed that. If you had any thoughts about going there, forget it.
Well, that's why you guys come to us and travel here.
Absolutely. We'll have to come back.
All right. Well, how long have you guys been together? How'd the band form? Who's the leader here that I should pass this off to?
Well, you know...
They all start talking at once.
Give us a night, and we'll decide who's the leader.
I'm not going to give them a... They're not going to have like a knife fight duke out.
Are you one of those kind of reporters that tries to get...
Yeah, I'm all about controversy. No, I just really wanted to know. Somebody's got to talk, though. It can't just be me. Okay, well...
How did the band get started? I think it was years ago. My brother and I were just playing in the streets, but that was sort of the first impetus, but it's changed so much over the years that we met Mike on an internet dating website for musicians, eHarmony. No, it was actually on Craigslist, but it was Craigslist, and at that point the band really became something different. You know, bands can change over time, but we really evolved when Mike came in, and so that's where we were really considered like a real starting point for what we are right now.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I think the story is really interesting because the drummer that was in the band before, he was in there for what, a year, is that right?
Yeah.
And then he posted a Craigslist ad, and I remember like I had just moved there for graduate school to University of Maryland, and I think at the time I was cooking in a kitchen or something like that, and I was like, gosh, I just want to do music full time, you know, and I was searching Craigslist and just talking to as many people as I could, and I saw this ad that said, Irish gypsy band plays about 4 to 5 times a week looking for new drummer. And I was like, that sounds perfect. I was like, I've never really played Irish music before, but the gypsy thing I can get into. And so it was great. Like we got together and then we rehearsed for about 2 months, I think it was. And then right after that we started gigging right away, and it was like we ended up doing I think around 100 shows for the rest of the year. And then so since then it's been about 200, 230 at least sets or shows a year. So it's been quite intense.
Yeah, so it's you know, from that point I think the intensity climbed, and we really, you know, the chemistry you really need as a band started happening with Mike, because he was really committed. We needed everybody to be totally committed. The other drummer, good guy, good drummer, but you know, got married, and it was tough, you know, as you know. So it really came from there, and we made our way up the pub circuit quite a bit of shows, earned our stripes in there, which is great because it taught us to participate with the crowd, get people's attention, little tricks and ways you can get people involved. And I think that carried over when we started to get invited to do festivals. That really carried over to our festival sets, because you know, you don't have to work as hard to get people in a festival setting going as you might in a pub where they're not really necessarily interested in seeing you. So it was good training for us. So now we're doing almost all festivals, but we definitely carry that Irish pub spirit with us to the stage. So.
And it definitely showed. Speaking of festivals, what do you guys have coming up in the future, like recent future?
Well, this summer is going to be pretty much a lot of Midwest dates. Next weekend we consider like the official start of our summer touring schedule, and we're going to be doing an Irish festival in Pennsylvania, and then we're going to be going, I think, doing 3 festivals in Ohio. Then we're going to do the Milwaukee Irish Fest, which is a huge, so it's always a great party to be there. We're going to be out to Iowa Irish Fest. We love Iowa. We were there only once. We decided to go to Iowa in January, which was an interesting experience. Hey, the people are nice and the bars are warm.
It was very snowy. There was a blizzard hit the night we got there.
Yeah, there was a blizzard. We flew into a blizzard, and we loved Iowa. And we've done Kansas City Irish Fest. Not this year, but we're going to be doing a lot of Midwest dates. And basically, we finish our summer touring in September. But then we're going to culminate it in our own festival that we host on the East Coast. It's called Sunflower Fest. And we just basically, over the years, this is our 4th year on the festival circuit. We've made a lot of friends. And so we pick the location, and we basically invite the bands that we really connect with and resonate with, have the same vibe that we have. And we do a camping festival on a lake. So that's how we're going to end our summer touring.
Cool.
Yeah.
So who's going to be at this festival that you guys formed on your own?
Well, I know of a couple. We're still booking the bands as we speak, but a couple of great Irish bands. Scottish band called Almanac, originally from Scotland, all drums and 1 piper. Out of control live show, just really amazing. And then we also just signed up Rathkelter, which is a great band. A couple of guys from 7 Nations, the original 7 Nations, are in Rathkelter, at least one of them, the piper, I believe. And they're from Florida. And then the rest are being decided right now as we speak. And someone's at the door.
We just lost a guy. Oh, but yes, the show must go on. So I do have a question for you, Alex. I saw that you have another extra hole in your fiddle. And what's the story behind that little extra hole in your fiddle?
You're very perceptive, yeah. It was New Year's Eve in New York City. It was playing the biggest Irish pub there called Stout NYC, which is really, you got to go check it out if you're ever there, because it's mammoth. But, you know, they have a very long bar, and I was up on the bar and playing a gypsy tune, and I guess they just forgot to wipe it down in all the chaos, and I slipped back and fell on my back and broke 3 pint glasses with my head and the top of the fiddle flew off into the crowd and onto the cobblestone. And I didn't notice until I got back up on stage and started playing a couple of numbers and looked down, but the piece, I never recovered it, and there's just a big gaping hole in my fiddle now, which is kind of like a scar, I guess. But I'm hoping to go back and get it fixed, but it might be a long shot. So, but there's quite a story behind it.
Yeah, I guess. Now, does it still play the same? Does it play better? I mean, how does the sound quality affect it?
The sound quality is good. It was a very big sounding violin. Surprisingly, it's still pretty good. I can tell it's altered it a little bit, but it's retained a lot of it. A lot of it, you know, what I really loved about it when I found it in the luthier shop. But a lot of the shows were plugged in. I'm plugged in directly through 1/4 inch, you know, and so it's a pickup deal, so it doesn't really compromise the sound because it comes through the bridge. So it doesn't compromise the stage sound as much. But I've had it in a bunch of sessions, and because it was so loud, it still can play pretty well. But hopefully we're doing a festival like Dan was saying in Pennsylvania, up in Amish country, and I'm hoping to bring it home and get it fixed, get the tender hands of an Amish man.
All right, well, that's a heck of a story, and we always try to ask our bands that we interview, what is a crazy story that you guys have to share? Now, I've heard one, but there's 2 others of you, so do you have any crazy stories, like touring, a weird creepy fan, a weird festival, weather?
How long
There once was a fan who showed up looking exactly like me. That was really creepy. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Like, really?
No, I'm just kidding. Well, what we?
He said it was a mirror.
It was a mirror. Yeah. Whoops. Well, we weren't really at a show. It was really I was at my hotel, but the fan looked just like me every time I walked past a certain part of the room. I know what really happened once. The craziest thing is one time we almost died driving. We were driving in our vehicle with a trailer in the back, and all of a sudden, it was a bad load and just started jackknifing. And it was 2 interstates connecting, and we just started jackknifing. We did horizontally cross all lanes of traffic. Luckily, a truck driver saw us going out of control, and he pulled across all the lanes of traffic and stopped any cars from broadsiding us. And then we pulled it back, and we started doing a 180 on the interstate, so we're facing oncoming traffic with a trailer attached to us, and then the trailer just flips off, and our car was just bouncing back and forth, and so we had to empty all of our gear out of the trailer on the interstate. Cops are like, and then flip the trailer back up, push it to the side of the road. So we came very close to dying once. That was a pretty crazy story, I would say. So.
Yeah. Can you top that?
I'm going to try. All right, so this is going to be the abbreviated version. Really, this story goes into, it actually has about 9 chapters, but I'm going to give you the very abbreviated version. In 2008, we went to go play in Australia for World Youth Day, and it was a real huge festival, people from around the world. It was, I think we were slated to play, it was in front of 250,000 people? 250,000 people at the Randwick Stadium, right? Racetrack?
Racetrack, yeah.
And we were supposed to go on in the afternoon. So we're staying out at the beach in Australia. So I'm like, I'm going to go check it out. I'm going to get up early. I'm going to go check it out. So I take one of our rental vans and I start driving towards Randwick. And I'm getting there, and as I'm driving, this is about 9 in the morning, they just start closing roads because the Pope was coming in. Oh. So they start just closing roads, literally right behind me. So I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm going to get back fine. 3 hours later, not only am I stuck in traffic trying to find my way to Randwick, but I've been hit. The van that I was in got hit twice, actually. Broke off a mirror, and I'm just freaking out, and I'm just trying to find parking, and I have all this
in your boxers, and
I'm wearing like basically like board shorts, you know, like bathing suit, board shorts, sandals, and like some like dirty white T-shirt. And I'm supposed to be wearing like a suit or something that night, right? And so I'm just like, okay, I have to get there because we're supposed to play at 2:30. Hey.
Complete.
Ready? Tag me, come here. Alright, in.
Alright. By the way, these people are feeding us.
Feeding us what?
Noodles.
Noodles.
Nice.
Awesome.
Noodles.
So yeah, I'll keep the story really short. And so we're supposed to play at 2:30. Around 2 o'clock, I'm like literally parked and running up the street with these huge cases of gear, trying to get in there. I finally make my way there.
Cases of beer?
Cases of gear.
Oh,
Big
you
cases
didn't
of.
Tell me that.
Not beer. Beer.
Oh, thank you. And so I finally make my way there, only to find out that the rest of the band has not made it in. They're still stuck at the front gates, trying to get in. So they finally get in. We all convene at the stage around 3:30. We've already missed our set. So we're like, wow, we came all the way to Australia. Hold on. We came all the way to Australia to play this one big gig. We'd already played the whole week, and to play this one gig. And so we're talking to them. We're like, please, you know, like, we came all this so far.
Well, to be fair, our credentials were never submitted and printed. So,
right.
So it was not an our. We just got stuck at the security counters. We were there 4 hours ahead of time. Just nobody could get through, and so we got very, very frustrated. Very frustrated. Got there pretty much right a little bit after our set time, and they couldn't help us.
Right, and so we're asking them, we're talking to them. We came all this far, and they go, "Okay, guys." About 2 hours later, they go, "Okay, guys, we can fit you in at the end of the night." It was like around 10 p.m. I think. We'll just say that. We're gonna put you guys on. The Pope is gonna come out and do the whole ceremony, and then there's gonna be a band called the Priest Band, and then there's gonna be you guys. And we're like, all right, fantastic. And so I'm looking at myself, and it's getting really cold, and I'm like, I can't wear shorts and this dirty T-shirt, so I'm gonna go find pants and some other clothes. So I leave the grounds, and I start driving, and I'm driving up and down, and for whatever reason, clothing shops in Australia close at 7. So they closed at 7. So I literally go to a grocery store, buy a pair of pants, come back, everyone's freaking out. And they're like, he's not going to be able to, sweatpants, he's not going to be able to get back in. I finally get back in. Amazing. And we actually played this set at 10 o'clock. We played 15 minutes. And the sound crew ended up staying out extra. Everything was an amazing experience. We played 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
We ended up playing for a crowd of
250,000 people. And
instead of 80,000 or 100,000. So we ended up. So now we could finally say that the Pope opened for us instead of us opening for the Pope. So that was the cool part.
And the other cool part was the band before us actually had a makeup room, which was also very cool.
Yeah.
They had a what?
A makeup room. A place where they got powdered, their noses got powdered, etc.
Yeah, we weren't good enough to get makeup. So. It was fun. It was a
that's
wild
my story.
so.
I bet you Joe has a really good one too.
Yeah, so the fourth member of Scythian, Joe, just came in, and now it's a total party. And Joe, we've been sharing with our listeners for Thunder on the Plains what the craziest story you have of being with the band is. So we've heard 3 so far. I wonder if you can top the Pope story,
Well,
Pope opening.
I was on that actually because somehow we lost Alex. So it was just me, Daniel, and Nathan, our audio engineer.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yes.
So we have no idea where Alex is. I call our manager, and she just decided that this would be a great day for her to leave her cell phone in a cab. She was the only one with a phone. So at this point, we lost Alex because he went to the stage and he just disappeared. We had no way of getting in touch with him. Mike, I was talking to the cops to check like the scanners because I figured he was dead. Literally, that's what I asked him to do. And then, so at this point, Daniel, and we still think we have that 3:30 set. So Daniel is teaching Nathan, our front of house guy, drum and mandolin parts for a song that me, him, and Daniel are going to perform for 200,000 people because we assume the drummer's dead and Alex is lost indefinitely.
But the show must go on.
The show must go on. Oh my God, it was so stupid.
It was wild.
But I feel like it happened again because when I went on my pants journey, they were convinced I was never going to make it back. So I was gone for 2.5 hours. Like, there's no way he's getting back in with security and the Pope and everything. Unfortunately, I did. They started teaching Nathan the drum parts again, but they found Alex. But now I was going to teach Nathan the drum parts again because he was going to definitely have to sub for me.
And at that point, we were going to kill Mike anyway. So it was probably a good chance that he was going to show up on the police reports or like on the radio scanners as a dead person because we were ready to kill him, but we made up since and
yeah. Well, I mean, but I came back with a flannel shirt and a pair of sweatpants.
he did look good.
And
he did look good.
And I went to the makeup room.
You did go to the makeup room.
I did. That's what took me the longest, actually.
Wow. I think that is probably one of the craziest stories that I have heard so far, that the Pope opened for you guys.
He did.
That's pretty impressive.
It's in our rider.
It's in.
Pope has to open for us.
Every 3 years.
Ouch. So any festivals out there that are looking to play Scythian, you have to get the Pope first, just so you know. All right, you guys are tired, and I know you're hungry. You've already got food, but I know you guys are hungry. So
The noodle place.
the noodles, I hear, are very, very good. Well, thank you guys so much for sitting down and taking the time. Really appreciate it. This has been awesome. So, yeah, so please come back to Lincoln. We'd love to have you guys, and it'd be great. So, Lady Susan here, closing out Celebrate Lincoln with the guys from Scythian.
Bye.